This is the Dallas Morning News. It's Friday, April 3rd. It will be a humid day in the DFW area with a mix of sun and clouds and a high of 80. There is a chance for a thunderstorm later this morning. Severe weather is on the way tonight with periods of heavy rain and the possibility of damaging winds and hail. We'll see more heavy rain and thunderstorms on Saturday with a high of only 66. The rain will move out of the area in the afternoon, setting the scene for a beautiful Easter Sunday with mostly sunny skies and a high of 70. Temperatures will stick around in the 70s to start off the week and into the foreseeable future. Here are today's headlines. In 2020, Zul Mohamed, who was running for mayor of Carrollton, requested mail-in ballots for city residents without their knowledge to a P.O. box registered using a fake driver's license and student ID. He pled guilty to 106 felony charges related to voter fraud, was convicted by a jury in Denton County, and sentenced to prison. He appealed and was released from prison after a month. Now, Carrollton residents will see Mohamed's name on their ballots again for the city's mayoral election on May 2nd. Some are questioning why Mohamed is allowed on the ballot, given that convicted felons are not allowed to run for office in Texas until they've been pardoned. Was his application illegal? A procedural mistake? Well, it all comes down to the meaning of the word final. In Texas, candidates for public office must be U.S. citizens 18 or older, registered to vote in the district they are running in, and must have not been finally convicted of a felony. According to a 2004 memo from the Texas Secretary of State's office, those finally convicted of felonies are not eligible to register to vote, but a conviction on appeal is not considered a final felony conviction. Even if Mohamed's status was in a gray area, the city would have to accept a candidate's application on face value because the Secretary of State is in charge of elections. Now, there's a lot more to this story, written by Angela Matthew in today's edition. You can find it at dallasnews.com. In other news, on Tuesday, Centurion American Development Group filed to transform the Eldorado Towers property off of North Stemmons Freeway into apartments. The office buildings were originally built as the headquarters of the cosmetic firm Mary Kay, which is now based in Addison. The office buildings will become a multi-family complex. The change to the cosmetic firm's former headquarters comes as Mary Kay has signaled that it would sell its current headquarters. The proposed apartment buildings are set to have 176 units. The multifamily complex is expected to span across 211,000 square feet and cost about $43 million. The project is projected to start in August and be completed by April of 2028. Next up, on Wednesday, a small synagogue tucked into the St. Thomas neighborhood of Uptown, called In-Town Shabbat, held a Seder for the first night of Passover as a place for young North Texas transplants to find a piece of home away from home. In-Town Shabbat specifically ministers to young Jewish people early in their careers and adult lives to provide a space to meet friends and form community. Passover is the holiday that commemorates the Jewish people's liberation from slavery in ancient Egypt. It's a day to celebrate freedom and come together as family. A 31-year-old mother is accused of medical child abuse after allegedly lying about her child's health conditions to medical professionals for years, leading to her 3-year-old son having a feeding tube surgically placed. That's according to the Tarrant County Sheriff's Office. Caitlin Laura of Glen Rose was arrested by deputies in March on a charge of serious bodily injury to a child after allegedly falsifying her son's medical history to hospitals. Laura also faces an additional charge of aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. Laura was released from the Tarrant County Jail after being issued a $37,500 bond on each of her charges Sunday. And Chuy's, a Tex-Mex restaurant that opened on Dallas's McKinney Avenue in 1993, has been bulldozed. Crews knocked down the building near Knox Street this week to make way for a 12-story office tower. The demolition was expected, and Chuy's ceased operations at that address last spring. The operators took the restaurant's iconic Elvis statue with them, though, and relocated to Greenville Avenue. By Cinco de Mayo last year, The new Chuy's was serving margaritas, queso, and enchiladas in East Dallas. What's now a pile of bricks near Dallas's Knox Street will eventually be a building so tall it will be visible from Central Expressway. Dallas Morning News business reporters Nick Wooten and Neil Franklin report that the coming soon structure, called Knox and McKinney, is expected to be finished in 2028. Thanks for listening. For more on today's stories and the latest breaking news, visit dallasnews.com. Enjoy your weekend, and I'll be back on Monday with more from the Dallas Morning News.